Welcome back to Mindful Stoicism. Have you ever found yourself obsessing over someone who seems to ignore you? That sinking feeling when your message goes unanswered or your presence feels invisible, it can be deeply unsettling. It's as if their silence has the power to shake your confidence, leaving you questioning your worth and second-guessing your value. You may find yourself trapped in a loop of overthinking, wondering what you did wrong or how you could win back their attention. But what if I told you that their ignorance could be your greatest weapon? What if their silence was the opportunity you didn't realize you needed? You see, Stoicism teaches us a powerful truth. External actions, like being ignored, only hold the power we grant them. And in moments of rejection, neglect, or silence, you can choose to rewrite the narrative, to flip the script. Instead of letting their behavior control you, Stoicism invites you to embrace their ignorance as a tool to strengthen yourself. Silence can become your ally, and rejection can transform into resilience. These moments are not barriers, they're opportunities to reclaim your power, to become unshakable, and to command respect in ways that leave others wondering how they ever took you for granted. So, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll discover the exact mindset and practical actions that will make you unbothered by their ignorance and, more importantly, irresistibly magnetic. Together, we'll uncover the art of turning their neglect into your strength and learning how to own your worth, no matter how others behave. Let's dive into the transformative wisdom of Stoicism and begin your journey to emotional freedom and confidence. 1. The power of silence. In a world where constant communication and instant responses are the norm, silence can feel uncomfortable, almost unnatural. But when someone ignores you, the Stoic perspective reveals a profound truth. Silence is not a sign of weakness. It's a powerful tool for inner strength. When you're ignored, your first instinct might be to react. You may want to fill the silence with words, explanations, or apologies, hoping that your actions will bring the person back into the fold. But here's the Stoic insight. Reacting only reinforces their control over you. Instead, silence offers you the opportunity to regain your own control. Think about it. How many times have you felt that a lack of communication from someone left you feeling powerless? It's as if their refusal to engage with you leaves you at their mercy, questioning your self-worth. But in Stoicism, the idea is simple. You control your response. The absence of a response doesn't have to shake your confidence. In fact, when you remain silent, you signal that their actions do not have the power to alter your peace. Silence allows you to maintain composure in moments of uncertainty. By not responding emotionally, you demonstrate strength. When you choose silence, you're not allowing their ignorance to define you or disrupt your sense of self. Instead, you give yourself space to reflect and decide what truly matters: your inner peace, not their validation. Moreover, silence in the face of rejection is magnetic. It sends a message that you are complete on your own, that your worth is not contingent upon their attention. In the long run, people begin to recognize that silence is not passive. It's an active demonstration of your self-control and respect for yourself. 2. Refocus your energy. When someone ignores you, it can feel like a personal attack, triggering a flood of negative emotions: anger, frustration, confusion, and even self-doubt. You might find yourself constantly replaying their actions in your mind, trying to figure out what went wrong or how you can fix things. However, this cycle of overthinking and emotional reaction only drains you, leaving you feeling helpless and stuck. Here's the truth. The more energy you put into obsessing over their behavior, the less energy you have for the things that truly matter: your personal growth, your passions, and your goals. This is where Stoicism offers a powerful solution: refocus your energy. Instead of investing your time and mental resources into wondering why someone is ignoring you, channel that energy into something more productive and fulfilling. Remember, energy flows where attention goes. The more you focus on their neglect, the more power you give to their actions, and the less control you have over your own life. But when you redirect that energy towards self-improvement, you take back control. What does this look like in practice? It means dedicating your time to personal development, whether that's working on a new skill, improving your physical health, or cultivating your mental strength. It's about pursuing the things that make you feel alive and inspired. When you shift your focus from external validation to internal growth, you begin to realize that your worth isn't tied to how others treat you. It's intrinsic. By refocusing your energy, you not only improve yourself, but also create a space where the right people will naturally be drawn to you. When you become more invested in your own journey, the need for external validation diminishes, and you'll find that you're no longer desperate for their attention. Instead, you'll be centered, grounded, and attract respect naturally. Detach and observe. When someone ignores you, the natural reaction might be to feel hurt or frustrated. You may even feel the urge to confront them or chase after their attention. However, the Stoic philosophy teaches us to step back and detach from the emotional pull of their behavior. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop letting their actions dictate your emotional state. By detaching, you gain a sense of freedom and control over your emotions. You stop reacting out of impulse or desperation, and instead choose to observe the situation with a clear mind. This shift in perspective allows you to see their behavior for what it is, not as a reflection of your worth, but as a result of their own issues, insecurities, or life circumstances. People ignore others for many reasons, and it often has little to do with who the other person is. Sometimes it's a reflection of their own emotional struggles or personal distractions. When you observe rather than react, you allow yourself to process the situation without getting tangled in unnecessary emotions. This emotional clarity gives you a deeper understanding of whether this person's behavior is truly worth your time and energy. It's important to ask yourself key questions. Why am I allowing this person's actions to affect me so deeply? And is their behavior truly a reflection of my worth? Or is it about their inability to communicate or engage properly? By observing without attachment, you reclaim your inner peace. You realize that their actions are theirs to own, and that you are not responsible for how they choose to behave. This allows you to maintain your confidence and sense of self, regardless of how others act toward you. Detachment gives you the emotional freedom to move forward, unaffected by their behavior, and helps you decide whether or not it's worth continuing to invest in this relationship. 4. The counterintuitive move. When someone ignores you, it's natural to feel the urge to chase after them, to make them see your worth and remind them of your value. After all, doesn't the pursuit of attention and affection often seem like the logical response? But here's where Stoicism offers a radically different approach. Don't chase them, step back instead. This move may feel counterintuitive, especially when your emotions are in turmoil, and every instinct in you wants to act out of desperation to be seen or heard. But the Stoic principle of detachment teaches us to act with self-discipline and awareness, not in reaction to our impulses. When someone pulls away or ignores you, the worst thing you can do is mirror their behavior by becoming clingy or desperate for their validation. Instead, take a step back. Why? Because the moment you step back, you create a space where their absence is felt. This is crucial. When you're constantly pursuing someone's attention, you're affirming their position of power over you. But when you withdraw and choose not to chase, you're saying, "I'm not defined by your attention. I am complete on my own." By stepping away, you give the other person the chance to truly reflect on what they may be losing. This isn't manipulation. It's about putting your energy into things that matter, like your personal growth and your well-being. By choosing not to chase them, you give them the freedom to come to their own conclusion about you, and in doing so, you demonstrate an unwavering sense of self-respect. People value what they can't easily have, and sometimes it's when you stop chasing that they'll finally realize your worth. Remember, true strength lies in your ability to stand your ground, remain composed, and let them come to you. 5. Master your emotions. In Stoicism, one of the most powerful principles is mastering your emotions. It's not about suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about taking control over your emotional responses so they don't control you. When someone ignores you, it can trigger a cascade of emotions: frustration, anger, self-doubt, or even despair. These feelings are natural, but they don't need to dictate your behavior or perception of yourself. Mastering your emotions starts with awareness. The Stoics believe that the first step to controlling your emotions is recognizing when they arise. This requires self-reflection and mindfulness. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? When you can identify the root cause of your emotions, you can separate your internal state from the external actions of others. Remember, their behavior is not the cause of your emotional turmoil. It's your reaction to it that determines how you feel. The next step in mastering your emotions is practicing choice. The Stoics understood that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we do have the power to choose how we respond. Just because someone ignores you doesn't mean you have to respond with anger, frustration, or insecurity. You can choose to remain calm, composed, and indifferent to their behavior. By making this choice, you demonstrate your emotional strength and resilience. You show them and yourself that you are not affected by their actions. Finally, mastering your emotions means adopting a mindset of equanimity, the ability to remain balanced regardless of external circumstances. When you learn to stay calm and centered, even in the face of rejection or silence, you become less vulnerable to manipulation and more in control of your emotional landscape. This emotional stability makes you magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who are calm, composed, and emotionally resilient, no matter the situation. 6. Let them choose, but you decide. One of the most powerful moves you can make when someone is ignoring or distancing themselves from you is to stop chasing. Instead, let them decide whether they want to be part of your life but on your terms. This is a crucial lesson in the art of detachment and emotional mastery. When we chase people for their attention or approval, we place our sense of worth in their hands. We become reactive, waiting for their validation to feel secure or valued. But the Stoic perspective teaches us that our value should never depend on the whims of others. By stepping back and allowing the other person to choose, you shift the dynamic. You stop being the one in pursuit, and you start becoming the one with options. You regain control of the situation and your emotions. This isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate the other person. It's about showing that you are secure in yourself and that you don't need anyone's attention to feel whole. You give them the freedom to decide if they want to be in your life, but you're not holding on to any attachment to the outcome. When you let them choose, you're sending a clear message. Your time, energy, and affection are valuable. You're not available for anyone who doesn't recognize and respect that. It's a test, not of the other person's feelings, but of your own self-respect. When they come back, you don't automatically accept them with open arms. Instead, you evaluate the situation with clear eyes. Do their actions reflect their words? Do they truly appreciate your presence? Or are they just looking for comfort when it suits them? Ultimately, you decide whether they deserve a place in your life. The choice is always yours, and that power is what makes you irresistible. When they ignore you, act with dignity, confidence, and purpose. Silence speaks louder than words. Detachment sets you free. And self-respect makes you magnetic. Remember, their ignorance doesn't define your worth, you do. If you found value in this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom that empowers your relationships and your life. Comment below, what's one lesson you'll take away from this? Let's grow stronger together.